and welcome to this video. You will be learning how to apply raft and beam foundations at various foundation anchorage level. As you can see, we have the first level here, and this is the second level. We have the third level right here. Okay, so you will learn too many tricks on how to carry out this effectively, and as well as plinth beam as to support the two foundation level, as you can see right here, using Protastructure 2022. So stay connected as we will carry out this model analysis and design successfully in this video. Go nowhere and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us make progress. So once you have this kind of model, okay, this shows that the terrains are not uniform. All right, so you can see my foundation anchorage here. You have another anchorage here, and then we have the first anchorage, okay, foundation level, okay, which is this one. Okay, so I will be taking us through how we can achieve this effectively. So at first, I want to be getting rid of this, but before you should do this, you should be able to carry out the analysis of this structure, okay, and then after you must have done all of this, you will also carry out the finite element analysis of this structure as well. So you will be running two analysis, okay. The first one is going to be the static analysis. The second one is going to be the finite element analysis successfully. But let's look at the model, okay. So I will get rid of this. This is the shear wall. Actually, this is the shear wall. All right, so I will show you how you can apply a fixed support to this shear wall to be able to anchor it at this foundation level. Okay, so I will delete this shear wall at first, so I will select it, but by then I will move my grid lines from the level where it is to maybe level 6 right there, or level 5, and then I can get this selected over here. I can see delete. I can get rid of that shear wall as I get it deleted successfully. All right, so you can see it's been deleted, and then I may get rid of this support slab right there. Okay, so now I want to show you something right here. I will navigate to this level, which is level, that should be level 2 right there. So I will double click on level 2 to have the grid lines right there. Okay, let's, for instance, I want to place a shear wall here. Okay, what I will do, I will navigate to the modeling tab right here, click on the shear wall. Okay, so in this shear wall, so you can see the setting I have done already here. You can see the bottom height, okay, is 3,450 right there. This 3,450 right here, it is the story height. So if I should close this right away, and then I come over to the stories right here, right click and click on edit right here, you can see the story height right here is 3,450. okay, but the depth of foundations we are looking at is being it's been having nothing to do with the story height, as you can see from here. Okay, we have 1.2 at the depth of foundations, and then you have the story bottom level to be 450. So if you sum up this, you'll be having 1.65, okay, or 1,650 millimeters foundation depth. So this is where our concern is. So for us to be able to have this placed successfully, we need to subtract this out of the story height for the foundation that is not on a normal default story level. Okay, so we will get this get rid of this, click on the OK option, yes, options. All right, then if I select the shear wall right away, and then for instance I did not apply this, what happens is, let's say I have this bottom story height to be 0, 0, just like this. Okay, I get to the general, and then I have my shear wall to be 225. Okay, and then the eccentricity is 112.5. all right, so I pick this point all the way here. I pick this other point. Okay, if you check over here too, you can see that we have a support. This has been supported with support 1, which we created. Okay, so in the previous lesson we are able to create support. All right, so you can check that lesson. So for instance, if I have this at none, and then I try to place this now, so this is what you are going to be having. You have something of this kind, and this is not what we are expecting. Okay, so at default, this is what you are going to have. So you have to carry out some important settings. And what are these settings? You have to select this shear wall, since you know the foundation depth to be anchored at this point. Okay, so you have to subtract the whole of this story height off from this shear wall height to get your foundation successfully. So you have to select the shower wall, right click and then select property. So in the property dialog, navigate to the 3D and then you can see the height bottom directions. You can now key in 3450 right there. Okay, in this provision 3450. Okay, just like this. All right, this is 3450. So once you click on update, this will reduce this to this extent. As you can see, this has been reduced to this extent. You are no longer seeing the shear wall because the total length of the shear wall, it is this length. Okay, so what you now have to do, you just have to apply the support. So once you apply the support, the shear wall will actually reflect as to assume the depth of the foundations. Okay, because now we're having support to be none right there. Okay, so click in the provisions and apply it support to 1 right there and click on the update. So here we now see the shear wall coming up, okay, as the foundation. So this serves as the foundation, and this is how you can place foundation in a situation of this kind. Okay, so this method is what I use to place these foundations shear wall successfully. The same thing applicable to beam, all right, which I will show you how you can do that successfully in this video. All right, so now we have applied the support to this shear wall. So you can now see that this is a fixed support, meaning it is a support at the foundation of a structure successfully. The Protastructure see that as a fixed support, as you can see. All right, so now we make progress. I want to be closing this right away. As you can see, these are my settings. All right, so you should follow the settings. Should you want to do this kind of design, you should follow the settings successfully. All right, so this is the total height of the story. What happens here, you just have to apply the support to have the depth of the foundations. Okay, apply the support to the shear wall to have the depth of the foundations. I will get rid of this. All right, though, coming to the slab. Okay, the slab that will serve as a a support to the foundations. Okay, what you need to do, you have to actually get to your slab right there. Okay, for instance, if you select this one, right click and then click on the property, you can notice the setting. You can see relative level right there is -1000 right there. Okay, -1000 simply means you are sending this slab downward 1000. These options, okay, you are sending it downward 1000, and the slab type is a cantilever slab. Okay, that cantilever slab will now act as a support at the base of the shear wall. Okay, so now if you come over here, you can be able to key in the L count, which is 500 right there. Okay, which is this extension you see is 500. Okay, so now what you normally do is the slab thickness is 200. For instance, if I should get back to the modeling tab and then click select slab right there. All right, so in the slab dialog, you can see the settings here. All right, the slab type, you have to select it right there. So you pick the first point all the way, pick the second point, move your hand upward just like this and click. So you have it placed just like this. You can see right here. All right, so let's, for instance, we want to use an ordinary beam right here. Now what I did, the same thing applicable here. Okay, what I just show you here is what I'm going to do in these provisions. So let's, for instance, we are to have a beam right here. Let's say not shear wall this time around, beam. So if we select this, for instance, we get rid of this by clicking on delete right there. Okay, so what we need to do, let's get rid of the slab right there. Okay, so we delete that as well. Okay, just like this. We want to place a beam here. Come over to the provision and click on beam. All right, so once you click on beam, what you are having is your beam depth. So this one, in this case, you wouldn't have to go into doing or setting anything like support. So we wouldn't want to set any support in a beam system. What you just have to do is to extend this beam depth. For instance, let's say we have it to be 1200 right there, and then the thickness of the beam, all right, is going to be 225, just like this. After which we come over to this point, pick that point, and over to this side and pick that. Okay, so once you pick the two sides, you can now see the beam is properly placed successfully right there. Okay, so you see it here. Okay, so you don't need to do all those necessary settings. Okay, if you want to use a beam. All right, so now to apply this the slab itself is the same thing you are going to do. You are to select the slab right there, and then now you give the slab a thickness of 200 millimeters, and then the relative story level is going to be -1000 right there. Okay, so you pick the first point, the type of slab you have to be select that to be 12, go to the cantilever, and then the end count, you can give it to be 500 right there. Okay, we wouldn't want to apply the parapet loading. Parapet can be the soil that is on the slab, okay, the soil that rested on top of the slab, so you can be able to quantify that, and then you can get that to be 10 kilonewton. If you have that to be 10 kilonewton, what you just have to do, you key it in right there, and then pick the first point right there all the way to this other point, pick it, bring your hands up outward and place that. So now you can see we are having the load, okay, so this serves as the soil weight on top of this slab successfully, which we are supposed to do it all around the slab successfully to be able to apply it and carry out your design in a proper way. All right, so after you must have done with all of this, you can see this is shear one, this is beam. I've explained how this has been inserted. Then for the main slab, you wouldn't want to make any necessary changes. You can get rid of this particular one, okay, so you can select this and delete it. I want to insert it again. So if you want this slab to be 2 panels, because this slab at this level, it is resting on the soil itself, okay, so because this is the foundation level of this particular part of this structure. So you can apply a beam here. Maybe we use this beam, right click, and then you pick this point all the way to these provisions, okay, to insert this beam, so we can have this slab in the 2 partitions, okay. Let us get rid of this. We close this dialog, and then navigate to the slab right there. So we'll be using a slab thickness of 200 because it takes a foundation slab right there. So we have a concrete cover, it's going to be 50, right? Come over to the loadings, okay, additional loads, we take that to be 2. This is a residential structure, all right, so we can use 1.5, okay. So now if you now place your cursor in the air, you can be able to insert this slab. If you check over to general, you notice that your relative story is 0, so it's going to rest directly on top of these provisions. It's going to rest directly on top of the provisions. Make sure you update it in a right way and place your slab just like this. You can now see, okay, so with this you are able to design your raft on beam. You are able to model it successfully. All right, so the model is done successfully right there. The same thing is applicable to this provision. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. So this is just a beam system that you pick at the first point, pick at the second point to be able to support and brace these 2 different foundation height successfully, which is a nice applications, okay. So at this point, what you do here is you will need to carry out a beam system at first before you now use what we call strip footings, okay, to get this done successfully. So for instance, if I get rid of this, I want to carry out this again so that you really understand what is meant, okay. So if I have to select that, I will right click and then I get rid of that. Yes, options to get that deleted, okay, that is deleted. I may delete this, so I will do it again so you see it, okay, how it's been done. All right, so now you can see all of here is being opened. What you have to do first is to place the beam. I'm already having a beam. This beam, you can see the depth of this beam is 1.2, or you can come over to where you have your beam member, and then you give it a thickness of 225, and then the depth is 1200 millimeters, just like this, okay. So after which you will proceed, I pick the first point all the way and pick the second point right there. Yes, options, okay, so you have that all the way to this point. Yes, options, okay, so you have that. You can take all the way to this end columns, and then you can split this, okay, successfully. All right, split it, so that can be split, you can see. All right, so we have various splitting provisions right there, which I wouldn't like. You can see all of this one is being splitted, which I wouldn't like it, okay. So you can't get that selected by holding the control key, so you can get rid of that, and then right click on delete to get rid of that beam, okay, because it's not properly placed. So let's use this beam property. All right, pick the first point. Let's take it from this point to this point. It's showing all this correct story must be set as active. So what we are supposed to do, what the program is trying to tell us, is that we should move the green lines to this story, okay. So look at where the green line story is. This is where we are trying to insert this. So the green line is supposed to be at story 0. So here we go. This is story 0 right here, okay. So we have to insert this again, so we wouldn't have some errors during analysis, okay. So having deleted all of that, we can click on the beam right there. Now the program is seeing it as a foundation beam, so 2 to 5 right there, and this is going to be 1200 millimeters, after which you can pick this from this point, connect it to this column, so you can see it having it inserted successfully without popping up any message, okay, or any warning. So I have that inserted just like this, okay. So having inserted this, you have to now close this, okay. To provide these 3 footings right here, you need to select these 2 beams, okay. You have to select these 2 beams successfully. Then you right click, and then you will see an options insert 3 footings. This option, you select it right there, and then this will be calculated, and then you can see the analysis results are not up to date because of the changes we have made. Analysis has been nullified, okay. Click on the OK options, and then you can see the foundation we are not able to insert because analysis has been nullified. That is why I said you have to analyze the structure, okay, again and again before you can be able to have this insert. So what we do is that we proceed to run the analysis of this structure. You click on save first to save this project successfully, after which we get to the analysis tab right there, and then click on the building analysis. Mind you, this is the static analysis, just the normal way we run analysis, okay. But over to this side, what you will use here is the finite element analysis, okay. But we proceed to the normal analysis, which I will click on building analysis. So you can see we are not going to design any structural members. We just want to run just an analysis, so you click on building analysis right there. So now analysis is completed successfully. Related to the draft in the direction 1 and direction 2 is satisfied the limit successfully. So everything is good with the structure. Everything is good even with the type of foundation and how this structure has been modeled successfully. We wouldn't have any error. So click on the OK options. Alright, so after which you can see over here we have the green check, meaning everything is fine. I click on close right there. Alright, so now we have analyzed this structure. Let's proceed again. Having these 2 beams selected, we want to insert the street footings. Right click, and then you come over to street footings options. Click right there. We wouldn't have that, message, okay. Now we are good to go. This is the street footing dialog. Select the design envelope, after which you can come here and choose any of these reinforcement sizes that you want to use for the street footings. Apart from that, you can see the left hand side cantilever, you can see the right hand side cantilever. All of this can be adjusted based on your own design, alright. And then you can see the footings width right there, which is 1 meters. We are going by that, and then the thickness is 400 right there. The footing tapered height, we wouldn't need any tapered height. We want a uniform height right there, okay. So having checked all of that, click on design. So this is going to carry out the design of the street footings along that line, and then it will show us the shear force and the moment diagram right here. So design is successful, as you can see over here. Alright, so click on the OK options, and then you can click on OK again to have the street footing inserted just like this. So here is the street footing in this direction successfully. So you now have to select the first beam, or is control key to select multiple of the beam in this axis right here, okay. So after which you have to also insert your street footings. You can right click and then insert street footings right there, okay. Make sure you check the design envelope right there, select the reinforcement that you wish, and then all of these dimension settings, okay. Click on the design right there. So you have your design carried out successfully. You have the bending moment diagram as well as the shear force. Click on the OK options and OK again to have your street footing inserted just like this, okay. So with this, you see we are able to carry out the raft and beam successfully, which I believe you have understood. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment sections down below, or I want to invite you to become a guru in the use of Protastructure, okay. You have to join our master class, okay. We'll take you up to master level. Alright, so you have the idea of type of foundations and as well as tricks, okay, in modeling system successfully. See you in the master class, okay. Have a great day. We stop here. See you in the next presentations. Bye for now.